Welcome to Team Fierce Transformations Now Sunday night call. It is the 12th of June, and welcome to you all. Thank you guys for coming here tonight, and if you're listening after the fact, thank you for listening. We have got a lot of stuff to go through tonight. We are going to be going through Snapchat and a deeper dive into Instagram. So without further ado, let's get on it. So, Snapchat. Why use Snapchat? Like, what's the point? And like my husband said, he's like, why are you doing a call on Snapchat? That's where people send like icky pictures to each other. Like, legitimately, that's what he thinks it is. But what I've found in the small amount of time that I've been on Snapchat is it's my new favorite social media avenue. And people like Gary Vaynerchuk, who's like the forefront on knowing what's hip before it's hip, is like, this is the next big thing. This is the next big thing that everybody's going to be on, just like Facebook. And that, you know, maybe someday Facebook's going to be non-existent because of something like Snapchat. So we need to always be in what we do reactive, and we need to get on board with things, and we need to be willing to learn new things. And you know, luckily this is a really fun thing to do. Okay, you get to make yourself look like a dog or a princess or what. I mean, it's fun and neat. So we're going to Lindsay's going to share her screen, and we're going to do just a short kind of tutorial about what it looks like. So everyone, before they got on the call, was supposed to have Snapchat on their phone. Please go into your Snapchat app that you should have set up. Lindsay's going to go into hers. So Lindsay, do you want to kind of talk through where, like, go to the main screen so we can see the part with the, yes. So this is the screen when you open up when you open up Snapchat. That's the screen that you will see automatically. So Lindsay, do you want to like go through, if you go that way, what's there? And if you go that way, what's there?
You don't want me to show off filters first?
No, not yet.
Okay. So yeah, this is the main screen when you open it. This is, you know, the camera. This is where your stories are.
She swiped to the
right. Yeah, and so you can see a bunch of businesses and things have stories that you can watch, you know, advertisements, things like that. And then these are all the people that I follow, and you know, these are their stories. So when you put a snap to your story, that's where it goes. So let's see here. I'll smile, Emily. Okay, so I'm going to post this to my story right now. And so you push the little button at the bottom. So it's like a box with a plus sign on it, and that puts it right to my story. So you can see it says adding one snap to your story. And so if you hit the little three dots up at the top by my story, these are all my stories. And the cool thing is those numbers on the right, those are how many people have looked at it. And you can actually see who has looked at your pictures,
so,
which is kind of cool.
I want you guys to take a step back and think about why this is important for us. So why is this important? Ellen, calling you out. Why is it important? Why were you like, you can see who's watching them? Why is that important? Why were you like, what?
Gary Vaynerchuk says ROI, return on investment, trust. It builds trust like way quicker than 2 years worth of posting our, you know, facade book on Facebook. It shows the real us. It establishes trust like at warp speed.
And this is measurable. So how many times do you guys on Facebook see 600 and some people watch my video? You're like, woo! But you have no idea who did, right? This is measurable. You see who's looking at your stuff. I know all of the people that have added me on Instagram that are watching my Snapchats now. I know who's engaging with me, which is huge. That's amazing.
Yeah, I have a few potential coaches who I see that they're looking at my stuff, you know, and so it gives me a little more confidence to kind of know that they see what I posted, and so that they can see, you know, exactly, I can kind of tailor it to them, you know. I kind of think of it that way. It's like, okay, I know this gal's watching me, so what should I post, you know? What should I say about the company? What should I say about what we're doing here? Because that's basically.
What does your story, Lindsay, look like as a Beachbody coach?
Mine is, it's just my real life. It's not super kind of staged and super thought about like Instagram, you know, because your Instagram stuff is there as long as you have it, you know. And this is just a real quick fun sneak peek into my, you know, what I'm doing exactly at this moment, and it's like real time. And so I didn't really start getting it. I mean, I do watch Gary Vaynerchuk, but I didn't really start getting the whole point of Snapchat as a Beachbody coach until I started watching some of the top coaches and how they were doing it, like Raina Odell and Brittany Powers. They post stuff all the time, and so you can watch, you know, their snaps and see what they're doing. And then she also posts things like little calls to action about funny stuff, little calls to action about you know, like behind the scenes sneak peeks or challenge group invites or things like that. Is it still frozen? Is it just the one picture up there? I took that off.
Okay, so this is an amazing place too that you can establish relationships with people, like hardcore relationships where you go from being like followee to like friends. So can you try to share your screen again and go that way so we can look at messages and how you do that? Okay, so
swipe left. Yeah, I swipe left, so I'm back to the camera. So you hit the little blue arrow at the bottom, and bottom right, and then you can send who you want to send the snap to. And so I'm going to send this to Emily for, you know, all intents and purposes here. And so these are my chats. And so another thing that you can see, so I'm going to go to, so Sam here is one of my coaches. And you can see at the bottom it says chat. So I can hit the chat button and I can reply to this picture that she posted. And so I did that once. I said, great work, you know, because she's almost done with the entire PIO program. And so so that's a different way to send a chat directly to somebody. And so you can reply to them. And that's what I've done for a couple people who are, if you go back to the left, so in my chats here, these two gals right here, this Hillary and Cricket, these are two girls that I met on Instagram. And, you know, I'll reply to their snaps here about something that they post, like the girl Hillary. She is in Spain right now, and so I've been telling her how much I love watching her snaps. It says my connection is unstable. But it's just a really great way to respond directly to someone's post. Another gal that I have been watching on Instagram, you know, the only way that I found her Snapchat was because of she had posted her username on Instagram, so I go and follow her here on Snapchat. And she had posted about how she posted something like, she always posts one, how she hates her job, and another one is she posts how she tried counting macros, and she was just like, I hated it, you know. And so I responded to her. I'm like, well, how about, you know, why don't you try counting containers with me? And now she's going to buy a challenge pack. And so, because I started chatting her about it. And so you just get a sneak peek into people's lives, and you can respond to them and really, you know, get to know the real them, because it's not, you know, stage stuff that they put on Instagram. It's, you know, it's real life stuff that they post that's beyond the stuff that you see in just everyday life, you know. And so that's what I've used it for, is responding that way, just interacting with people and building trust.
So we're here to, on Snapchat, establish relationships. We're not going to send, so some like little things. Don't send people that watch your stories, don't send them the same things that you're posting to your story. Because then people are like, why would they send that to me? And then they see it twice. If you're going to take the time to send something to someone, make sure that you're not posting it to your story as well. Do you understand what I mean by that? Like it literally, if you're going to do
basic Snapchat etiquette.
Basic Snapchat etiquette. Also, don't make your Snapchat be wah wah. Don't make it be a downer to watch. Like that. I have some people that are on my Snapchat that I'm just like a little bit, it's kind of like arduous to watch. So I'm not trying to say be fake in any way on your Snapchat, but you know, we don't have to, you know, be negative on there. We can try to highlight the fun parts of our day on there. And
Ellen had a question.
Oh, yeah.
No, I was just going to say about that, what you just said, it made me think like about not being negative. As much as this is such a golden opportunity to build our brand and establish credibility and let people see the real us and see what our real life is like, it could also like kill our brand. Like if we're not showing like the snapshot highlights of our day and we're showing the wah wah, like you said, like that's damaging.
Yeah.
That's all I was thinking.
Yeah, truly. So there's, you know, we talk about jab, 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 right hook a lot in our social media training, everything that we do. So this is an amazing way. This is the perfect platform to jab, 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 right hook, right? So there's, Lindsay was talking about like top coaches putting in their stories. They'll put, you know, contact me at Facebook in the little thing, and they'll put their Facebook thing, and they'll say, you know, you can screenshot that as watching their story, or people can message you if they want to. You know, if you're posting something to your story, say, message me on this story if you'd like more information.
But you have to have your settings right too. Don't forget that. Because like Emily found out, you have to have your settings right so that people can actually send you a snap. And so the little gear in the top right of this, so I don't know if you saw where I got there, but it's the little ghost up there. You tap the little ghost and it brings up this menu, and then you hit the gear and that goes to your settings. And so down there you have to say, who can contact me? My friends. Who can view my story? Everyone. And so set it that way, because like, for instance, if you look at some people's snap stories, like if I look at Raina Odell's, there's no chat option at the bottom because she doesn't follow me. So I can't send her a snap reply directly from that picture. So you want to make it so.
You can open, like I was watching Danielle Natoni, and she said for 24 hours I'm opening up my Snap. Send me your questions, send me your stuff. So there's ways around that where you're not, you know, but I have gotten people sent, like I didn't realize, and I got some creepy stuff sent to me. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So that's a thing. We're all adults, okay? So is there any questions about anything having to do with Snapchat before we switch gears and move over to Instagram?
What are the little trophy things?
Those are...
Is that important?
No. So they're basically for Snapchat. So say you know, do several Snapchat videos, you get a new trophy. So like all these different things are just things that you've done within Snapchat. So she sent a snap with one filter applied and she got a trophy. So it's just like a Snapchat specific thing, but it's not that.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So it's not like, yeah, it's nothing amazing. It just means you've done a new functionality within Snapchat.
Okay. I just wanted to say too, I didn't know it was poor etiquette to send someone the same thing you put on your story. I didn't know that was bad at etiquette to send it to someone personally. I thought it would be like, well, not everyone looks at everyone's stories. And what if you have a story that you think like, oh, Embers would love this story. I'm going to send it to her. I'm going to put it on my story, and I'm going to send it to Embers. That's rude.
Well, if she watches your story, you know, and you know, because you can check, you can see who watches your story.
Oh, yeah, so you can check. Right. Yeah,
most people, though, that you're close enough with that you'd be like, oh, they're going to, like, I know who's watching my stories, and I know if there's someone who's not, maybe I would send it to them. But somebody that's consistently watching my stories, like, I have a group of 30 people that consistently are watching. I wouldn't send, because I know they'd watch it again and be like, oh, well, I wasn't that special. Do you know what I mean?
I totally do. I didn't know that. That's great. Okay.
And some people that have added me, because I post my username on Instagram, you know, a lot of people have added me, and if I know who they are, I add them back. And sometimes I'll just get like random pictures, and I'm like, what, you know, it's just kind of weird. And so, and then if I do look at their story, I'll see it's on the story, and I'm like, what the heck, you know, why did they send this to me? So that's kind of a thing. Like, if you don't know them, you know, it's just kind of weird, in my opinion. But if you want to specifically send it to build a relationship, then, you know, do that. So, but,
okay, so yeah. Any more stories? Any more questions before we move on to a quick Instagram? Anyone? Does anyone have any Snapchat questions?
See who's watched my snaps. Oh, 4 people have seen my Team Carl snap.
Yay! Okay, so we're gonna move on to Instagram. If you have any questions pertinent to this call that you think of later, shoot Lindsay or I a message, and we will try to, if we don't have the answer, we'll try to get it for you. Okay, so Instagram, Lindsay and I have recently been doing like a kind of in-depth Instagram training. What a cute baby. We've been doing an in-depth Instagram training and my followers have all of a sudden started to like, woo, like crazy. So we are going to share that information with you. Instagram, if you guys don't know or aren't on it, it is something you should for sure be on. It is fantastic for finding new people that are part of your tribe. It is the easiest place to find people that are like you, right? Like, there's people out there that are just like me, but not necessarily in Eugene, Oregon. They might be in Florida or whatever. So I'm able to find my tribe on Instagram. It's amazing. It's so cool. So we want you guys to, if you tell me, has anyone within the last month introduced themselves on Instagram? Well, yes, I know you have. So if you go and follow Lindsay or I, you will see we've been doing the Instagram training, basically that we have introduced ourselves to our followers. I've gotten like quite a few followers recently, and I hadn't recently introduced myself. So I would like all of you who have an Instagram to please introduce yourself to your tribe, right? You need to, these are the questions. I'll post them underneath. I'm going to post the replay. These are the questions that I'd like you to answer in your introduction to your tribe. So, hi, I'm name. Most days you can find me. I love serving the world by. I am mostly known as. The things I am most passionate about in life are. Okay. Am I saying
this was our homework one day?
This was one of our first days homework. And like, I want you guys to know Instagram is nothing. The way that they've changed it, it has nothing to do with likes anymore. Nothing. It has to do with engagement. You want people to engage on your photos, right? So in order to get engagement, you have to be engaging. You have to have, the most artistic photos you can hopefully come up with, and you need to be poignant in what you're saying. So please do a picture, a selfie of some sort in which you can see your eyes, where you're looking at the camera, and introduce yourself to your tribe. As well as one other homework piece with Instagram I have for you. So you're going to do an introduction. I also want you to go on Instagram and find 3 members of your tribe. And I want you to go to one of their most recent pictures, and I want you to tell them why you're grateful for them, or why you're grateful for their Instagram, or what they bring to your life. No ulterior motive. You're just being a good person, okay? But I want you to find some members of your tribe. And a great way to find members of your tribe is by knowing who you yourself are and hashtagging. You do those hashtags on your photos. You go search out new people by those hashtags, right? So Lindsay, what's one of your hashtags?
I save all of mine in a notepad.
Right.
And
so let's look. So the Instagram Lab is the training that we're doing right now. But strong is the new skinny. That's a perfect one. Go find your tribe. Go establish your hashtags that describe you, and find some members of your tribe. If you like what they're posting enough, follow them, and go tell them why you're grateful for them. Yes. Gosh, you got a lot of notes. Okay. So
yeah, I have a lot of notes.
So Instagram is a place where you need to have things that you are passionate about that are not. So we, of course, show that we work out and all that stuff, but you also need to show the other things you're passionate about. So I would like you guys to determine 5 things that you're passionate about that have nothing to do with Beachbody. Your 5 passion points, right? So I was listening to something today, and she was talking about her passion points, and they were, the elimination of debt, and building strong daughters, and carbohydrates. And I was like, yeah, girl, yes, let's be friends, because carbohydrates are my thing. So you need to find things that you're passionate about outside of Beachbody, your 5 passion points, and your Instagram should show those 5 things consistently. So I can look through Lindsay's, and she likes to work out. She likes yummy food. She loves her kids. You can see Lindsay on her Instagram and see who she is. That's the point. Okay.
Ooh, you can download your Snap code. Yeah. And people can screenshot it to add you. So I do that sometimes.
Yeah. It's another great way to get more followers on Snapchat is to post your thing in. I've gotten quite a few followers from Instagram to Snapchat. So does anyone have any questions about what I just asked, or the homework? And it's not something you have to do. I just would highly recommend you do it. Any questions? Okay, no questions about the introduction, finding your 5 passion points, and what was the third? Oh, finding 3 members of your tribe. No questions about that? Okay, cool. So any questions about anything that we've covered so far? Questions, comments, feedback? Anyone?
Hello?
I know, right? Is everyone feeling jazzed? Everyone feeling pumped up? Yeah!
Yeah, Becky.
Yes! Oh, it's really hot in my kitchen right now. Okay, so I value you guys' time. It is like up here for me, right? Time is of the essence. So go forth and do these things, and I promise you guys will get more engagement. You guys will find your tribe on Instagram. Cool? Cool. Okay, guys, go forth and conquer. Everyone have a good night.